Hey, what's going on, everybody? Good to see you out there. Those of you that are out there, welcome. I'm just hanging out today. I had the first game. I don't think I've been tagged by EGGCon to do a another run of something, but I did run the tournament game this morning that I was scheduled to run, and I even made it on time. Let me tell you what happened here. So last night, as I said on that stream that I did there, we went over to the Wrestler speakeasy, and that was a lot of fun. A lot of drinks flowing. It was quite wonderful. Hello, Jack O'Bronick, such a beautiful man. Well, I appreciate it, brother. I really do. I think I'm pretty handsome. Um, but so yeah, I was over there at the Rathskeller. Food and drink were flowing. It was really awesome, and I quite enjoyed it. So I set an alarm for 8 o'clock. I streamed with you guys last night. I read like the first couple of pages of the module, and then I set an alarm for 8 o'clock in the morning because my old man brain said, "Oh, something about noon for your game tomorrow." My game starts at noon tomorrow. Not a problem. So let's see. Hey, Kabuki, how are you, sweetheart? I had you a drink. Yeah. I had 2 whiskey and cokes and 4 spotted cows, I think. Anyway, so I had looked when we got here on Wednesday. I had looked at my schedule and I said, well, yeah. So it's this time. I woke up this morning and said, all right, my game starts at noon. I walk down to the restaurant. I got a bagel. I come back up. I have a bagel and a Coke for breakfast. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know what? My game is 3.5 hours away, but this hotel can be a little confusing. So I'm going to find out where it is. So when it's time for my game, I won't have to hurry. I can literally say, okay, that's like a 10-minute walk, and I can, or last 5 minutes, whatever, and I can walk up there. So I pull up the schedule on events on the events page. My tournament game was slated to start at 9 o'clock. I look at the clock on the phone, and it is 8:51. 8:51. So I grab everything and I sprint down to the lobby, and I'm like, I've got a game in this place. Is that in this building? Where's it at? And they're like, yes, it is. It's all the way at the other end of the hotel. So we're talking like a half a mile. So I sprint up. You may like coffee, but there is nothing in the world quite like a good shot of fear adrenaline of being late to something that you promised to do, work, a gaming events, to get the old heart pumping. So I trucked all the way up to the other ballroom from I'm in a ballroom right now. So hang on a second. Oh, and by the way, yes, that is Tom Lamb sitting over there playing Dragon Last. I don't want to be rude and go bother him, but so yeah, so I trucked all the way down here, and I found the room. I got my game going, and everything was cool. I offered 2 characters and characters. I see that so many times when people are making posts. So my DM likes to kill players. I'm like, you need to call the police. That's not safe. So I offered a couple of characters. As it's a tournament module, it's not so much did you finish or were we able to finish, but how far did you get and what things did you accomplish? Yes, Robert, that's right. Tom Wham, Awful Great Things from Outer Space, Snit's Revenge, so many things. That's him over there in his distinctive engineer's hat. So yeah, I sprinted over. We ran the game. It was good fun. I got my scorecards and everything turned in back across the way to Heidi, and then I went back to the. I staggered back to the hotel room and grabbed a well-deserved long hot shower and had some lunch. And I've just kind of been cruising around. I went over to the to the full. It's now completely put together. The Merchants Bazaar. There's not much stuff different there than what I showed in the first day video. But if you guys want to see it, if you guys want me to, I'll do a little bit of video from there. So yes, co-op, a critical success for the session. But anyhow, and it's just been kind of quiet. I just sort of grabbed a table in this room. I don't know, like if a bunch of people come in and they're like, we're at Promenade B, table 10, which is where I'm sitting, then I will have to get up. But everything is portable, everything is mobile. I got my phone going there. But I'm probably going to do a little bit of shopping later today. But tonight at 8, yes, I am. Retro DM Ray, yes, I am. I am running kind of a modified, a chunk of Keep on the Borderlands that I modified. So I will be doing that on. I will be doing that tonight from 8 to midnight. And I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I may take a day and just kind of hang around. But tomorrow evening there's supposed to be a party in Stefan McCorney's the little area, gaming room area that they gave him. Which ironically is where my where my D&D game is tonight. We'll see how that works out. I don't really plan to use any Northern Forge. I don't know. I don't know if Stefan brought any. Of course, he's probably got a bunch. But anyway, I've just been kind of hanging out. Oh, I forgot to mention, and the camera over there. And I say this because I just saw him hit out Dave Conant. If you guys know who Dave Conant is, he was just in the this just now. But yeah, so today, kind of a hectic morning, and then into sort of a lazy afternoon. But yeah, if you guys want another walkthrough of the vendors space over in the hotel yonder, just let me know in the comments, and I'll get the camera set up again. I got to tell you guys, and I mentioned this last night. This for what it is. This is like the best streaming setup I could have gotten, because I know you guys can hear me okay, and I can see all comments on the mini laptop, and I'm still streaming in 1080p. So it is 3 gadgets, a little inexpensive tripod, and a inexpensive little laptop. Instead of me trying to drag an entire gosh darn desktop computer. Did Mr. Easley not want to be on camera there? Hey Joe, doing all right. I got a little bit of footage of Jeff yesterday, but I didn't want to just grab the boom and just here, Jeff, talk to us or whatever. I just felt like that would have been very gauche of me, so I didn't. I yes, if you go back to the Wednesday, hey, I got here live, or maybe it was Thursday morning. I think it was Thursday morning. Um, yes, it was Thursday morning. But if you go back and watch that stream, you will see Jeff Easley in it. But I was not interviewing him, because that's like, you walk up with a camera and just stick it in front of somebody and say, "Hey, we're live, start talking." I didn't want to do it. And I was greatly appreciative of Alan Hammock for jumping on the stream from the hotel room last night. That was great. There's on it again. But so yeah, so it's just happening in here. Do you do you guys want me to pan the camera around a little bit so y'all can see the groups? It's not super crowded in here. I have a feeling this evening it's really going to be jumping, and starting at 8 o'clock, I'm going to be too busy to stream, so I wanted to do this. Hey, AZ Caliber, good to see you. Good to see you. I still need to check out your channel. I've been so busy all weekend. Well, I hope I'm not distracting you too much, because if you're working as like on a giant belt sander, or one of those rotary saws that you could like stretch out your arms to reach the edge of, that would be bad. Don't let me distract you from that. Don't watch my stream. But if distract you from work is in like, filling out meaningless numbers, then yeah, I'm happy to distract you. But anyway, once again, it is great to have such an easy, and it is AZ Caliber's fault that I have such an easy to go streaming setup. You're living vicariously through me. You lay out RPG books. Well, hey, there's worse things in the world to do. You too can make literally tens of dollars in the exciting world of tabletop RPG production. Well, I try to be co-op, I try to be. The only times, I got to say, the only times I've ever done this, when I've just been like, and it's not even disrespectful, like acting disrespectful. There's two times when I've been, sorry, my British friends, sorry about that. There's two times when I have been tempted to be very disrespectful. I once had a guest on that I literally was so frustrating having the guy on. Sometimes I'll have a guest on and I'll look over and we'll be going on like the 45 or hour and 45-minute mark. And I'll feel like we're just getting going. And then there's other times when I do the I do or there was another time, I should say. I'm sorry, I'm a little tired still, guys. There was a guest that I had on, and I was literally waiting for the top of the hour. I just could not wait for this guy to shut up and stop talking so I could end the stream. It was one of the most excruciating streams, but I was still polite, and I did not. I did not run him off. I did not tell him, "You need to go away. You're shitting up my show." And there is one other case of one other person that I think, despite who they are in the media world, they would almost appreciate the me wigging out and saying, "Hey, this famous person," because they are a famous person, "is an asshole, and I'm going to tell you who it is." But I'm not going to do that, because before I found out what a raging asshole this person was, he said, "Hey, keep this close to your chest. Don't tell anyone that I am this person." And I said, "Sure, absolutely, no problem." And then I found out what a jerk they were. Oh yes. But I'm still not going to run out and out the person. I'm not going to tell you guys who it is. And in the case of the person who was just absolutely deaf for my show, same thing. I'm not going to bring up their name. It just kind of is what it is. So I try to be respectful to everybody who takes the time out to come on my show. And I do have a lot of people who ask to be on the show. And they're like, "Oh, we're doing Project X. Can we please come on your show and promote it?" And my attitude is, sure, absolutely. If I think I can work it in as a, as something that we can focus TTRPG or old school TTRPG, especially on. There have been a few things where I've just had to say, you know what, that's just not going to work. So, but anyway, I'm just kind of scrolling back and I'm getting caught up with you guys. No, Kabuki, you canned it. I kept it. That's coming out on the live uncensored video stream that I'm going to start doing soon. So I don't know what you kept with your part. I'm blowing the lid off of this. Okay, I'm going full disclosure. Got it. Hey guys, could you do me a favor if you haven't already? Click the thumbs up button and give this video a like. Hey, glad to be there for you, AZ Caliber. Glad to be there. Yeah, R.I.P. Aussie. What a legend, huh? Thank you, Dice Tales. So, is anybody here in the stream here at EGGCon? So many people. Now, I know, yeah, this one you might not care about. Chuck Mangione died. Hulk Hogan died. Ozzy Osbourne died. We had crap, why am I going blank? Marvel Comics, Jim Shooter died. JP got rockets. Gen Con next week. Very cool. I forgot Gen Con was next week. Hey, Butch Selbert. Is it Selbert or is it Siebert? Siebert. Hi from southern Wisconsin. I am having fun. I'm having fun. Dice Tales, this con is in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, man. Home of Gary Gygax. Home of Dungeons and Dragons. Well, birthplace of Dungeons and Dragons. It was seized by an evil wizard and dragged off to the coast. Right. But I gotta admit something. I may have to turn in my nerd cred card for saying this. I don't know that I would go to Gen Con even if I won the lottery. Oh, that's neat, Joe. I mean, because Gen Con is what, 70,000 people? That's just gargantuan. I mean, I can't imagine trying to play a game in a room that has 30 or 40 or 50,000 people trying to conduct a game. You practically have to just like have flashcards, just like we go north. The DM's like, okay. Yeah, the Elder Scrolls guy. I'm sorry, who is Temiya-san? Half of your Sunday AD&D group is at EGGCon. And did you not tell them to come and find me, Paul? Just kidding. What happened to the Gray House after Ernie passed? I don't know. I don't know. So what else? Well, that's 6 points. Things are definitely. I am, Elizabeth. Thank you. I'm having a good time. I appreciate it. Um, I'm just reading y'all's messages. Well, I mean, actually, I think I'm sleeping okay. I'm getting like 6 or 7 hours a night kabuki. So that's okay. Food, probably a little too rich. Oh, wow, that Temia. Wow. Okay. Yeah, no, I didn't know he'd passed. I didn't know that was a him. Um, any collectibles catch my eye? I'm gonna post up a few pictures of some of the stuff that I've seen. Now nobody here has got like vintage RPG sales, so like nobody's got a table. Like there's no Noble Knight or anything like that. Um, so like yeah, nobody's got any OD&D sets or AD&D books or modules or anything like that per se. It's the vendor area, which we'll go look at again in another stream. That is, it's some adventures, some maps, a lot of woodcraft stuff, and a lot of artsy, craftsy kind of stuff. But that's a good game. RPGs are in the quiet spaces of Gen Con as well as meeting rooms, some of them. So, cool. Any dramatic announcements made at this con? Not so far, Dice Tales. Not unless they're keeping me on the outside.
It's about because otherwise they all go together in the next time. If it doesn't get shuffled well.
As far as eating kabuki, well, last night dinner at the Rat's Keller was free, which was nice. And if you're running a game, periodically there is, depending on where you're at, periodically there is a food cart that comes around with snacks, which is not eating right, but there it is.
No, I already.
Oh, that, yeah, no, Robert, no, I haven't heard anything about that.
But you can.
Well, last night at the Rat's Keller was it was a reception. They got me as a special guest. And what is the thingamajig here? Yeah, these things which they have adhesive on them, but they don't. The people were saying, and I've seen this before. Like I've gone to cons and see these things stuck to the ground or just laying on the ground. But this adhesive does not stick real well, so I'm just kind of keeping them right here. So last night, Alan Hammock and I walked from here over to the Rat's Keller. It's a few blocks. It's like 2 blocks over and 6 blocks up. So we walked over there, and it was a good stretch of the legs. And there were technically drink tickets, but honestly, I feel like just the comped drinks were flowing because like Eric Garland came over and like gave us extra drink tickets and stuff like that. So like I said, I had two whiskey and cokes and 4 spotted cows. So not much, not much. But then I had a nice plate with salad and penne pasta and some sausage and marinara sauce and some bruschetta before then. So I ate pretty good last night. There was a vendor at Gary Con that was selling hand carved wooden beer steins. If you see them there, don't wait till later to grab one. They were long about. If there's somebody here, there's a few people that are doing woodcraft stuff. That's not in my wheelhouse, but yeah, I'll check them out. I may grab one of Chet Minton's Tomb of Horrors tumblers. He's got like, those drink tumblers. It's like a Stanley cup, but he's put a decal of his render of the Tomb of Horrors, Great Devil Face on it.
Did be. No.
Warhammer Battletech and miniature games, the most acoustically awful hall adjacent to the hall. They run a lot of games on the football field as well. Very quiet. I could see a football field being very quiet. Actually, I could see it being fabulously quiet. That would be very good. Because then, of course, it's not like sounds are hitting the walls and reverting back. I have not seen a root beer cart yet, Joe. That's not to say that there isn't one, but I have not seen one. You guys wouldn't believe what I just did. I was like, oh, I wonder what time it's getting. This is my phone. This is my phone case. I glance over and I'm like, oh, let me. I need help. Please help me. Gosh. Wow, 27 of you guys are watching out there. He's caliber. No. Well, it's nice to know that my audience cares so much for me. You guys love me so much. And by the way, I got to do this. If you guys are just stopping by, if you're like, hey, okay, what's this Dungeon Delver got going on? If you haven't, please do click the subscribe button, click the bell icon for notifications. I would very much enjoy that. I would appreciate that. I need rest and another beer. I do need another beer. There is a young lady. Hang on, I'm going to turn you guys around. Hold on. She's taking a bar over there. I may have to go over there and get a beer. 22J5, J22K5 rather. Hello, good to see you. But yeah, please click the subscribe button, click the bell icon for notification. If you're watching me over on Twitter, come over and click the subscribe button here on YouTube. It is super duper helpful. I may have to get some hair of the dog. When I woke up this morning, that initial surge of adrenaline, I think, just burned through the little bit of a hangover I have from the little bit I had to drink, but it came back with a vengeance after lunch. And I'll tell you what I think that did it was I had nachos for lunch. I had some pretty good nachos, and I think there was I feel like the capsaicin in the big chunks of jalapeno must have reactivated my hangover because I feel just like wrecked. Doc Flamingo, good to see you. I know Mod Hunter, and that's awesome. I appreciate it. You can say hi to me again, Kabuki. That would be awesome. Oh my gosh. I will. Hey, you guys have one. I mean, it's got to be 5 o'clock somewhere. It's 5 o'clock here in Wisconsin, which means it's 6 over on the East Coast. Or yeah. So go. You have my permission. Hi. So yeah, go get yourself elbow bend the cold and frosty. You have my permission to. So do you guys want to go see if there's any just do a quick camera pan around? Again, I'm not going to go get into people's faces with a camera, but I could kind of move the camera around a little bit, and we could then see if there's anything happening over in Promenade A. It's up to y'all. It's up to y'all if y'all want to do that. Let me know. We will do that. One thing I will say is I'm a little sad because I haven't seen Paul Stormberg. There's 2 more days of convention, and Paul is a dude who will close a convention down. He will be running like the Battle of the Brown Hills at 2 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon before he piles in and drives home. That's 5 o'clock there in North Texas. There you go. Go on. Swords and spells came. I really need to get the core OD&D to understand. Want to pick up a copy of Chainmail of Law. You should. Don't be afraid of chainmail. Chainmail is good and it's essential. And never forget, people that bitch about alignment. Alignment's been part of the game even before D&D was. The alignments are in chainmail. We've talked about this before. Law, chaos, neutrality. It's all in there. So co-op, you go to North Texas RPG. Oh, probably Mod Hunter, probably. Excuse me, guys. Sorry, a little punchy still. Yeah. You know what? Co-op. We can head over there. I can be the biggest chainmail pulls on your body here. Yeah, a gambeson. Or a woolen hauberk. A woolen hauberk will do also. All right, so yeah, I'll take us over there, and I'm gonna flip the camera around, and I'll just kind of talk to you guys as we go over there. So let's head over there, and let me do this. Camera. All right, there we go. And now we are heading. You guys can see we got some gaming going over here.
They've already listed a couple of rooms as they fall. It's not looking pretty.
There, and now we'll go over here to Promenade A. A proper game of dungeon going on there. And it's fairly quiet. This is my this over here is actually the corner I was sitting in when I was earlier today. And by the way, a lovely little view. Yeah. It's a nice little stream. It looks better than it does on stream, as it were. So we'll just sit right here.
You go something say, tell me how much.
Hang on a second, guys. There we go. All right. Is the con just starting? No, the con started yesterday. I ran AD&D. I ran AD&D this morning. So yeah, it kicked off on Thursday. Then we got tonight. I've got AD&D. Tomorrow night, I might try and get in some AD&D, and then Sunday, I'm gonna go to the pool. I'm gonna go swimming on Sunday. I'm terrible. Yeah. Well, I hope it'll work out for you too. A lot. I really do.
Big bag.
Hey, Dungeon Minister, how are you? Speaking of conventions, you guys definitely, if you're up in the area of the Dungeon Minister, you should absolutely check out. Claricon, which is happening in not a very long amount of time. I mean, I think we could say weeks at this point. I mean, you can say weeks at any point about anything. Just 520 weeks. Well, it's 10 years. But, yeah, we'll see you at TXG. Take care. I ran the turn. Okay, so I'm running my own material. I ran the tournament module last night. I ran the tournament module this morning, which was AD&D. Last night I ran the Lost Crypt, which is AD&D, and I'm running that modified slice of Keep on the Borderlands, which I guess technically is my own stuff since I'm going to modify it a little bit. But that's happening. That's happening tonight. So it's all AD&D and my stuff, someone else's stuff, with a little bit of my stuff sprinkled in. And by the way, guys, speaking of Claricon, I promised to give Dungeon Minister the same high quality virtual DMing job that he did for me at the Guac. So I'm just teasing the Dungeon Minister, by the way. Loads of tables there. Y'all want to? Yeah, I did. This is kind of mid-afternoon. I started just around 5 o'clock, and it's just now. Well, no, I started about 4:30. No, about 4:40 according to the timer there. No, I can't be too harsh on your Padre. God will get me. But yeah, no, I did. I did start about a half an hour ago, so I think we're just hitting dinner hour, is what it is. I know by tonight that this is going to be slammed. So I think they got a going over there. Not sure what's going on back here, but there are games in the little locations all over the place. Paul is running one of his. Paul is running some of his Legends of Wargaming stuff, but I can't find Paul, which is sad. Any good vendors? Yes. As long as you don't have any follow-up questions about who they are, yes. I'm actually going to either shoot some video or do another live from the vendors hall, which is actually in the venue right across. It's like the next hotel on the lake, so I'm gonna do that. I'll either do it this evening or tomorrow. Am I at Luli's? No, I am not at Luli's. I am in the Cove at Lake Geneva. Wish you could have been there last night, Gonzalo. We were down at the Raps Killer Speakeasy, and the drink was flowing. So it was a lot of fun. Now, little bit of trick. Now I know Gonzalo knows this, and some of you probably know this because I've mentioned it before. But Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, not only known for this, but also as the birthplace of the Violent Femmes' first album. You guys, hang on a second. I'm going to see if I can get somebody over here to sit. No, I'm not going up to Milwaukee. That's like 45 minutes away. So, but I'm going to see if I can pull somebody over here in just a minute. If he's not too terribly busy, or if I can go over there and talk to him. There's, but we'll see. Actually, hang on just a second. I'll be right back. Be right back. Make sure nobody steals my stuff. Hey, how's it going? Good. How are you? You got about 5 minutes? Yeah. So, yeah, we're gonna get pictures. Yeah, absolutely. Right. I always think you're good. It's good to be you. I'll sit down to see you. Sure.
I totally wanted to.
Hey guys, I'm back.
You, but I didn't want to at the same time.
Here's something you don't normally see. Chuck Cumbo, everybody. He is here at EGGCon. So that's pretty damn cool. I got one of you in here. I reached in, I told you to throw.
You know, the best thing about coming up here is I found Bill Silver.
I thought you said the best thing.
I did. All right, man. I'm gonna get out of here.
All right, rock and roll.
Game for life.
Yep. Did you hear Steph? Yes, you did. Yes, you did, Liz. You're just kind of roaming around, right? Steph is okay. Yeah, you can. Hey, everybody. Now you have a face to attach to the name. So there she is. Elizabeth was down there in the chat. So, and so anyway, have a shot beer. Sprecher's Cardettos. I'm going to try and get a Sprecher's grape soda while I'm up here. I just have to. That is a must. I love it. I love it. I haven't had one in too long. It is honey, grape flavor, and spring water and carbonated water. And that's it. That's literally all they put in it. That's all it needs to be in a soda to be good. But big hi from Alan, Elizabeth Stranger. We finally got a physical visual evidence of her on camera. Dungeon Minister says hello. Yeah, I'm just gonna scrolling through. But thank you for stopping by, sweetie.
Yes.
Righty.
We'll see you around.
Yes, go tend to your con volunteer duties. Convention volunteer, go get me a drink. All right. So I have one more person coming over here. Gamma World players, that's right. If only we had Tim and Dooms and everybody else. So here's a guy. Here's Ron. Ron, you know what? I've seen you in the chat before and on social media. I'm always I never said. I was like, oh hey Ron, there's Ron, because I will mutilate your last name. So you're here, Meisker. Yes. Okay. My brain always wants to put an L in there. I think it's the Michelin sound that goes in there. But here, let's make sure we get you in. Yeah. So Ron Meischler, everybody, and you're out here. You just hanging out. You guys don't have a table or anything, do you? Or do you?
Oh no! I'm just out here running games, and I'm going to be auctioneering for the auction tomorrow.
Oh, excellent. Anything cool on the block? What's going on the?
A lot of cool stuff on the block for tomorrow. There's some unique items, some excellent signed items by some of the pioneers of the industry.
Oh, if you do you hear that? That's my wallet groaning and
there are some prototype TSR dice that are going to be in the auction as well.
and now it's crying.
Yeah, so there's some
So it's
excellent things in the auction tomorrow, and of course, it all goes to the Gary Gygax Memorial Scholarship Fund.
Yep. That is a fund that Eric and Heidi put together for high school kids up here in the Lake Geneva area to help kind of give them a little bit of a boost as they go out there in search of higher education. Who's the gentleman right before the attractive lady? I'm going to assume that you're not just yanking my chain, cooperative. That was Chuck Cumbo. He is he's like a regular on the stream comments sometimes. It's been a minute since he was here or there with you guys, but he was here, and I was just like, hey, there's a guy. So, but anyway, Ron, you're running the auction. What have you been running game wise?
I ran 2 games of second edition AD&D.
I'm
I
sorry.
just finished. No, it's my favorite. But I, just finished up the second game, and
Excellent.
I'll be auctioneering tomorrow. And
Man.
I'm having a good time here.
Good.
Yeah, it's great.
Good. And so you guys have got the Philly Con coming up. I know that's not what it's called, but what it is I think it's Philadelphia. I can't do this. what is it?
I run the Philadelphia Area Gaming Expo. It takes place every January on Martin Luther King Jr. weekend, 15th through the 18th this year, and we have a ton of stuff going on. 750 events and seminars and panels, and wow, we've got close to 100 special guests on board. Not been announced yet. Yeah, I mean, some of the highlights are, depending on what people are into, if they like some of the online content creators like Professor Dungeon Master, Baron DeRock,
Interesting. Yeah.
Justin Alexander, Mike Shea.
Very cool. Very cool.
And then we have some of the pioneers of the industry. We've got Frank Menser, we've got Zeb Cook, we've got Harold Johnson, got Alan Hammock. It's going to be there this year, and so many more. Jeff Dean is a regular
Nice.
at the convention, and
Iconic art. Iconic art.
yeah. So we feel very blessed. We're expecting somewhere around 2,500 people this year, and
It's a nice. See, I personally, in my opinion, everybody wants to grow. Everybody wants Redline to go up. If you ask me, that for me is that's the perfect convention size. Big gaming areas, nice size vendor place, but you don't feel like, well, I just moved into a large city for a weekend.
we're not gaming adjacent. I'm going to call it. Meaning, some of the bigger conventions, regional conventions, like say a PAX Unplugged, wonderful convention. So many people go in Philadelphia, but there's a lot of gaming adjacent things going on there, and we're really focused on role playing games. And that's where we're at. I mean, do we have a board game library? Sure we do. Do we have, a small miniatures area? Sure we do. But the vast majority of what goes on at Page has to do with role-playing games, whether they be, retro clones, old school systems, or new systems. I mean, we have 200 plus hours of Shadow Dark events running this year. And, that's a wonderful, retro clone sort of system. And, in fact, the creator of Shadow Dark, Kelsey Dion, is going to be with us again this year, which is great. And we've got a lot of good things going on. We've got Wardens of the Eastern Marches organized play. We're going to be the second convention with that. Alex Hammers launching that at GameHole.con, and then we're working with him to bring it to the East Coast Page. We've got Legends of Greyhawk is also running there with Boardman Games.
Very cool.
We've got a bunch of the old school Greyhawk folks out there, like Joe Block and Jay Scott. We got Troy Allman, who's going to be out there with Cannibal Publishing. So yeah, we've got a lot of cool stuff going on there. and there's something for everybody, whether they just learned to play D&D last month, or whether they started playing D&D in the 70s. There's something for you to do there.
Oh, that's wonderful, man.
Yeah.
That's absolutely wonderful. And you know, we normally associate this time of year as convention time of year. You know, it's like it's spring,
Yeah.
you go to the hotel, go to the pool, that sort of thing. In the dead of winter, it's just like huddle around a fire and pray that the ice is keep the roof in. But I mean, you're giving you know, it's a very cool, no pun intended, thing with you guys doing a con where, yeah, you can get out of the house, you can go to a con, and you can have a good time. And the hell with what it's like outside.
Yeah, and we were asked every year what happens if it snows, things like that. You know, the answer is we're going to game through it. And
No,
for those on here, I know I look so young, but you know, I was one of the guys that would drive halfway across the country every year to Winter Fantasy.
Yeah.
And you know, driving up to Wisconsin in January was not a treat every year. You know, sometimes we're battling the snow, or if you were going up to Total Confusion up in Massachusetts, we were battling the snow and the ice, and you know, it was part of what was going on. But for us, when we looked at the convention schedule that was out there, and conventions that we felt were similar to what we were trying to do, what we were hoping to do eventually, you know, we looked at things like GaryCon, we looked at North Texas RPG Con, and we looked at Gamehole Con, and you know, they're approximately 3 months apart. So we went in the middle on the last 3 months, like the last point on the compass, to give people time, because like those conventions, we have a lot of people who come to Page that, you know, they're not just plain old Philadelphia gamers. There's people from all over the country who fly in for the convention. So,
right.
you know, we don't want to tire people out with fatigue, and whether it be financial fatigue or just gaming fatigue, by trying to get them to go to a convention, you know, 2 weeks after another convention that they would love to go to. We didn't think that was the right way to go.
Now that's interesting. You were mentioning Alan Hammond earlier.
Yeah.
You and I were talking about this last night, and he mentioned, you know, when he was a young man, younger man, he was a younger man. You know, that they would have like you know, take a summer week when they were in college, or you know, like summer weeks plural. It's like this con this weekend, drive up the coast to this, drive over the coast to this, you know, the whole, you know, 5 guys in a VW Bug crashing in, you know, some cracker box hotel room and playing war games from Friday afternoon till Sunday evening.
You could do that before wives and kids came along in the equation, right?
Right.
Exactly. You know, it was no different for me. I mean, you know, being from my part of the East Coast, we had a lot of great conventions in Baltimore. You know, Origins used to come to Baltimore all the time. We had Atlantic Con. You know, of course, you had the double exposure conventions up there.
You know,
It was Lehigh Con in Lehigh Valley. There were some great conventions up there. So there was something for you to do, but times have changed. You know, people are comfortable playing at home. Obviously, COVID changed a little bit of the dynamic for gaming.
it's human malware.
And we just decided, you know what, we need to be far enough away from everybody else, you know, out of respect for those other conventions. You know, you don't want to eat each other's, you know, customer bases. You don't want to force the gamers to make decisions. You want to be part of the circuit, and that's what we really strove to do.
Good, man. It sounds like a lot of fun. Who knows? Maybe I'll get to go someday.
Well, you know what? Actually, I think that's already settled. You are coming, and
That
you're
is
going to
right.
be
Well, I did
as a special guest.
I didn't want to I didn't want to let the cat out of the bag too soon, so I was playing it coy. But yes, I will be at the expo in January, because apparently I've lost my goddamn mind and I'm going north of the Mason-Dixon line in the winter.
Well, you know, yeah, and it's going to be great. You know, this year we have an interview booth. We're going to be live streaming interviews with manufacturers, special guests, and prominent folks from the hobby throughout. And you know, in addition to your normal man on the street that you do at these conventions, we're gonna put you at our interview booth, and we're gonna live stream things out. You'll be one of the interviews along with interviewers along with Jeff McAleer from the Gaming Gang, Jennifer Cash, who is from the Blind Bard YouTube channel, and Wes Allen from the DM Tales YouTube channel, and then of course you'll be in there overshadowing them. So it's okay.
The only thing I'll overshadow with is my gut, but I think block out the damn sun. Anyway, it sounds like a lot of fun, man, and I'm looking forward to being there. And I thank you so much for asking, for inviting me up there, because it's like I get so many requests, and they know, this audience, these awesome people know that, like, I don't not go to cons out of some snobbery. Like, oh, it's not in Florida, I don't want to go. It is what it is, and I don't need to launch into the why it is what it is. So I, from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate your generous request to come up and join you guys.
Well, we appreciate that you're going to come up. The gaming community is just that. It's a community. The online gaming community. There are so many people involved in it. It's not to steal old cliches, but it's a quilt that's been patched together, but it's a wonderful warm quilt, and we would like to have everybody involved who would like to be involved in it.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
great. We're really happy you're going to come up.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good time. I'm having a good time here. This is on me. I wish I'd gotten on a few more games, but I'll find something. I think I'm probably gonna sneak in 2 game how Hammock's got going, because he does his Ghost Tower game. That it's a ton of fun. So possibly that, but I'm definitely gonna have some.
We're happy Alan's going to be with us this year, and of course we have Zeb, and we have Harold, and we have Alan. So we have 3 of the 4 authors of the Slaver series of adventures, right?
Yeah.
So we twisted Zeb's arm into running not only A1, which he wrote, but A4, which he was kind of the project lead on, even though Lawrence Schick wrote it. We're actually running that tournament for charity again, with Zeb running A1, Harold running A2, Alan running A3, and then Zeb comes back to run A4. And we were able to raise some money for charity, and the game sold out in less than 4 minutes when they went on sale.
I can absolutely believe it. That is like saying X is my favorite first edition AD&D module is like saying X is my favorite Led Zeppelin album. It's like, it's impossible to. It is literally impossible to quantify. But that series of 4 modules are absolutely amazing. And I mean, what fascinates me about the classic D&D modules is it was less like, I need 4,800 words. Let's go with something desert themed. I need that in 6 weeks. And every module in the A series is an exegesis backwards. Okay, why are they stripped naked in a cave with barely any spells and no equipment?
Right.
Because this. Okay, why that? Because this. Why that? Because this.
I think what made those modules, we can take the C modules as well. We can take Harold's C1. We can take Alan's C2. Right. We can take these adventures. And they have a lot in common. They were all tournament adventures that were well play tested through Gen Cons or WinterCon or whichever one of the old school conventions that were out there. So that's why they stand the test of time. Like, even if you wanted to run those as 5th edition modules and just make the adjustments, they're still going to work because they're well designed, well thought out, and well tested. So that's what makes them so outstanding. And not to mention I think when you're talking about Zeb and Harold, Allen, or, throw a Frank Menser in there who's still alive. And, these old school authors and creators, they really poured their hearts into a lot of stuff.
Oh, very much so. Very much so. And so, speaking of pouring hearts into it, do you want a little trivia spoiler, and not content spoiler, but trivia spoiler about A3, or would you like to ask Alan about that? I know.
Go ahead. Let's
Okay.
talk about
All right. So in Dungeon Module A3 obviously follows A2, and you find maps and stuff in A2 that lead you to A3.
right.
The town that is basically run by the criminal syndicate, the slavers,
Sure.
is called Suderham. Now, I'm not sure how much of a what is it? Language. We'll just say linguist. I don't know how much of a linguist you are, but do you know what Suderham means?
I don't.
Okay. Suderham is Old English or Old German. They were practically the same
Yeah.
language at one point. For South Home. Alan was working on that module when he was working here in Lake Geneva at TSR. Alan is originally from Southern Alabama.
Sure.
Now, the years in the late 70s, very early 1980s, were terrible blizzards across the northern plains. And Alan was pining for home. Suderham, South Home.
Got you.
So, but it's also a nod to TSR artist and friend of his, Dave Sutherland,
Sure.
which the name Sutherland also means South Home. So there you go. There's a little piece of trivia that Alan told us when he was on. I've had Alan on live stream 4 times. I can't remember, but he told me that one, and I think that's just one of the coolest things in the world. So, hey, good afternoon. Hello, whole Nevada Gaming. Matt Sherman, good to see you. Paige is on Matt Sherman's bucket list. Maybe we'll see you there this coming winter. And Kabuki, you're quite welcome. Welcome to the Mod Wrench. Use it well. But anyway, yes, Alan, I'm going to Philadelphia, by which I mean I'm going to a hotel in Philadelphia, and only a hotel in Philadelphia because cold. Although I will tell you, we were talking about, winter in conventions. We came to GaryCon, thanks to my audience. Jeff and I got to go to GaryCon in 2023, and it was end of March, so it was chilly. But we got here and we're like, yeah, this is like a cold winter's day in Florida, and it was in the 40s. Because we get cold snaps every now and then there. So first couple of days, it's cold, but it's sunny. And yeah, clearly we can see places like north-facing areas of buildings don't get the sun, little thin wedges of snow, that sort of thing. But it's not wintry death. Saturday morning at 6 a.m., a foot of snow.
No,
But
you don't have to worry about that in Philadelphia. We're in our 3rd year, and we've had snow the first 2 years. So the chances of getting snow 3 years in a row on that same weekend, very limited. But fortunately, we do have shuttle service back and forth everywhere you need to go. You get picked up at the airport.
Excellent.
The only time you're outside is when you're stepping out of a vehicle heading to a interior door. So you'll be good to go.
Excellent. Yeah, we were. It was quite the surprise because they the weather reports were talking about snow's rolling in off the plains, and we said well. And I woke up to get a drink of water or something at like 5:30 in the morning, and I peek outside and fingertips around, And then when I fully got up at 7:30, I'm just like, honey, something's wrong with the window. It's all staticky. And it was just sideways.
Oh, we'll save you from the snow. I
Oh,
promise.
thank you.
I promise. Now,
I'm Mr. Heat Miser.
Well, with a name like Meister, no one ever called me Heat Miser growing up. Yeah, that's not something I ever heard. But Bill, I appreciate you having me on. My wife is waiting for me where we're going to go to dinner. But I do want to mention anybody who's interested, go to phillygamingexpo.com and check things out. And
PhillyGamingExpo.com. Let me, let me type that in and then I can, yes. Okay. Just all one word.
Philly, PHILLY, gaming expo.com. And you know what we're going to do? I'm going to throw in a discount code that if you put in the discount code SLIVY, you can get $10 off your badge.
Did you really just do that to me?
I just did that.
You just did that to me.
I did.
Slivy.
Yeah.
You tell them Slivy.
Would you prefer another one?
I would prefer my last name.
Oh, Sylvie. Sylvie. Oh. I'm dyslexic, you know. It's all good. But
All right.
So let's change that to Sylvie
Sylvie.
with a capital S.
Yes. Sylvie with a capital S.
And I'm programming it in right now. So make sure everybody.
Yeah, that would have gotten real weird at the airport. No, I don't have a ticket for a. Let's see. Hey, Elvin Fade in. Good to see you, darling. How are you? And show that on stage. Close that. So it's up there on stage, guys. PhillyGamingExpo.com. And enter code Sylvie, SILVEY for, was that 10% or $10?
$10.
$10, 10 US dollars, or as we call them, the new $1 bill.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
All right, and the discount code is active. So
Discount code. And how do you spell that discount code, Ron?
SILVEY.
Thank you,
Capital
Ron.
S. Sorry, buddy.
It's all right, man. Believe me, I have been Sylvia, Slivy, Saliva, Silvery, Da Silva, which is actually the closest because this is anglicized Da Silva. So
That's okay. I have 5 consonants in a row in my last name. So, and here we go. Hold on. Here we go. Yes, honey, I'm coming for dinner now.
go eat, Ron.
Okay. All right, I got in trouble.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, guys. Ron Michelin, man. Thank him so much for being here.
Thanks for sharing me with your
You are
crowd.
quite
I
welcome.
really appreciate it.
Thank
Thank
very
you. And
much.
talk to you later on this weekend.
You'll see me kicking around.
Yes.
You'll see me kicking around. Thank you, Ron. Guys, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up on that note. And we will go ahead and call it an afternoon. Thank you all for being here, everybody. Elvin, sorry you just got here, and we're kind of wrapping up. Love you to pieces, though, sweetheart. Good time. You need to go eat. It is dinner time, but it's also like it's 6 in the afternoon. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, go get some sleep, darling. We love you and we need you to rest. Get that open fire and determination and strength fully charged up before you hit tomorrow. Thank you all for being here, everybody. We had some great impromptu guests today. Umbo, we had Stephanie B, Ron, of course. It was good times with everybody. So yeah, I will be live streaming later. Just keep your eyes open for things, everyone. You're in the same time zone as me. When it's well, I had a huge lunch at like 2:30. I had like this massive plate of nachos, which may be the end of me. I may not be back. Anyway, peace. Good night. I love you all.